Hi, I hope that you are doing well. Thank you so much for joining me today, where we're going to talk about the book Sing Me Forgotten by Jessica S Olson. And this is a young adult historical fantasy where music plays a big part in the story. I've read in a couple places that this story is based on the classic The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. I, however, have never read The Phantom of the Opera. But as I was reading Sing Me Forgotten, I was reminded of the tone and the values in the Victor Hugo classic, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, but with a fantasy twist. So, Isda is a Gravois, a magical being whom others fear. Gravois are so feared that after she was born, Isda was cast into a well by her mother's midwife, as was required by law. Isda was saved and protected by Cyril, who brought her to the opera house, where she lives in a crypt deep below. And Isda secretly helps opera productions be successful. But Isda grows tired of hiding from the world, going unseen and unrecognized for her efforts. When she realizes that the new janitor is a musical genius, she decides that she's going to train him. This relationship teaches her about herself and what freedom truly is. This book explores marginalized people and the thought processes that keep people entrapped in a life of limited potential. What are some other books to read for a similar experience? Instead of focusing on the musical aspect of this story, we're going to focus on books where characters are underappreciated and often feared. If you would like to know more about books where music is a part of the plot, in the description below, I will link back to the review for the book Ruin Song. First is the Hollow Crown series by Zoraida Cordova and includes Incendiary and the second book Illusionary. Renata was kidnapped and brought to the palace of Andalusia by the king's justice because of her abilities as a memory thief. Now she's part of the Whisperers, rebels who work against the crown. When Des, the commander of her unit, is taken captive, Renata must return to Andalusia and complete Des's mission. Returning to the palace stirs memories of her past, and when she uncovers a secret hidden in her memories, it may change the fate of the entire kingdom. Graceling by Kristen Kishore, which is a part of the Graceling Realm series. Costa carries the burden of a skill she despises, the grace of killing. Living under the command of her uncle, the King of the Midlands, she is expected to carry out his dirty work, punishing and torturing those who displease him. Meeting Prince Po changes her life. Costa will learn a truth about her skill and a secret that could destroy all 7 kingdoms with words alone. Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Lanny Taylor. And I read this, the first book of the series, 3 months ago, and haven't been able to get back to the series, but I definitely plan to do that soon. Black handprints are appearing on doorways around the world. In the tangled streets of Prague, a young art student is about to get caught up in an otherworldly war. Carew fills her sketchbooks with monsters that may or may not exist. She speaks many languages, some of them human, and her bright blue hair grows from her head in that color. Who is she? Carew is about to find out. I'll also mention a couple more options in case you are looking for a more classic reading experience. So check out The Phantom of the Opera, on which this story is based, and also The Hunchback of Notre Dame. You may be thinking, why are you suggesting 2 classic books for a similar reading experience to a fantasy story? That's an excellent question. And I think that the answer is that the values of the societies in all three of these books downplay the talents and contributions of marginalized members of those societies, especially those members who in some way appear different than the rest of society and are feared because of it. I think it's good for us to be aware that these prejudices were truly part of societies in history. And there we are. Some books to check out if you are looking for more titles similar to Sing Me Forgotten. We'll be back next time when our book will be The Forest of Stolen Girls by June Her. Until then, I hope that you enjoy whatever you read. And thank you.